Welcome to Wildcat Walkthrough, and here are your hosts, Summer and Smiley.
Welcome to Wildcat Walkthrough, UNH's student recap of all things Wildcat. I'm Summer Simpkins.
And I'm Smiley Deshaies. To start this week's show, we go to reporter Aiden Murphy to give a recap of the Towson and UNH football game.
The 14th-ranked New Hampshire football team entered this past weekend seemingly ready to make a statement and step over Towson in their quest for an FCS national championship. The Tigers, however, refused to die this past Saturday, sending the game to overtime and ultimately dropping New Hampshire to 2-3 on the season in a 54-51 shootout. Max Brosmer shined for New Hampshire with 340 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, and Dylan Lobby had 92 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, despite the fact that the Wildcat defense was picked apart by the Towson offense drive after drive. Tigers quarterback Nathan Kent more than doubled his season touchdown total, throwing 5 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. Running backs Diego Hunter and Devin Matthews dominated UNH's front 7, rushing for a combined 232 yards and 2 scores. The Wildcats seemed like they had the Tigers put to rest, leading by 10 points as the clock wound down in the fourth quarter. Kent took control of the Towson offense one last time in regulation with 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the game and led the game-tying drive, leaving just 24 seconds on the clock. UNH kicker Nick Mazie had a chance to win on a walk-off field goal, but Towson's Antonio Howard blocked the kick as time expired. When the game ultimately reached overtime, Towson's defense limited New Hampshire to a field goal, paving the way for Devin Matthews to punch in the game-winning score. In the aftermath of the loss, New Hampshire plummeted to 24th in the FCS national rankings. Coach Rick Santos will need to rally the troops during their week off and get the Wildcats back on track if they want to hold on to their dream of winning a national championship in the 2023 season. For Wildcat Walkthrough, I'm Aiden Murphy.
UNH faces Albany, looking to continue a winning record, currently sitting at 6-5 against the Great Danes. The Cats look to bounce back on Saturday at home at 1 p.m.
Field hockey won a close one this past Friday against Bryant with a 3-2 win. Both Cookman sisters scored a goal and were able to fend off a rally in the fourth by the Bulldogs. UNH followed up their win against Bryant with a win against in-state rival Dartmouth, this time in comeback fashion with a 3-2 win.
Cross country traveled to Lehigh University for the Paul Short Invitational. Led by Aiden Shea Jr., the Cats took home a 39th, 46th, 73rd, and 74th place finishes. The women's cross country team, led by Jill Walker, placing 29th place. The Wildcats also taking home 39th and 64th place finishes. The Cats will head to the New England Championships in Boston on Saturday.
The women's soccer team ended in a tie this past Thursday against UMass Lowell at home. Over the weekend, they took a trip to UAlbany, this time with a victory 2-1.
And with that, we'll take a break. But coming up, Michael Willard will recap the women's hockey clash against the St. A's Hawks.
Welcome back to Wildcat Walkthrough. Women's hockey played against both St. A's Hawks and the St. Michael's Purple Knights this past weekend. For more on that, here's Michael Willard.
The Wildcats are entering the first game of a back-to-back versus Quinnipiac with a 2-0 record. Last weekend, the Wildcats defeated St. Anselm's by a score of 6-1 and St. Michael's by a score of 4-2.
In New Hampshire's lone exhibition game, Kira Judakis ended the thriller in overtime with the game winner, and she continued her excellent play with 2 goals in each of the first 2 regular season games. On Monday, Judakis earned Hockey East Player of the Week as a result of her stellar performances. The junior forward leads the team with 4 goals and an additional assist. Senior Nicole Kelly comes in second in goals with 3 after her hat trick to open the season. Freshman goalie Sedona Blair is off to an amazing start in her college career, only allowing 3 goals in her first 2 games with a .906 save percentage. She too won a Hockey East award on Monday, Pro Ambition's Rookie of the Week. New Hampshire will need to continue their high shot production offense this weekend, averaging 5 goals on 51.5 shots a game, and holding opponents to 1.5 goals on 16 shots a game. They have a 3-6-1 all-time record against the Bobcats. New Hampshire is out-shooting opponents 103-32 and winning face-offs at a .750 clip, which are great steps in the right direction for getting revenge on Quinnipiac.
Even with all the bright spots for the Cats this season, there are still ways to improve. Staying out of the box will be one major key, being penalized twice within the first 18 seconds of the game Sunday, piled onto a total of 14 penalty minutes within the first 2 games. Along with staying out of the box, capitalizing on the power play will be another focus, as the Cats have only scored once on their 6 chances. For Wildcat Walkthrough, I'm Michael Willard.
The women's hockey team hosts a back-to-back matchup against the Quinnipiac Bobcats starting on Friday, October 6th. UNH's record against the Bobcats is 3-6-1.
Now we send it over to Elaina Grenz with a look at men's soccer's standout captain and striker, Eli Goldman.
Eli Goldman has been your Wildcat to watch this season on the men's soccer team. Goldman has been an all-around player with both his skills and leadership on and off the team, being named captain of the 2023 season. Goldman has the potential to be scoring every game with the amount of possession he has on the ball. Goldman this season has 4 goals already, making him the team leader of goals this season. The star player has his best game here on Wildcat turf, where the Cats took on the mighty Princeton Tigers. Eli had back-to-back goals within 4 minutes during the second half of the game, the first goal being a penalty kick. UNH went on to win against the Tigers 3-1, but the win wouldn't have been possible without Captain Goldman's goals. UNH also took a W over Harvard, winning 1-0, with Eli having the only goal of the game, with 3 shots and 1 hitting the back of the net for a goal. This makes his season high of shots in a game.
I'm here with Eli Goldman. Eli, how do you feel about your performance has been so far this season?
Yeah, I think we've been decent so far. We have a lot of things to work through. Scoring more goals, definitely. Some of that relies on myself. And then just continuing to grow with such a new team.
I think we can all say that we are excited to continue to watch Eli playing this season and lead the team, hopefully, to a title. For Wildcat Walkthrough, this is Elaina Grenz.
Goldman's 16 career goals has been a bright spot for the team over his career.
Coming up, we go to Luca Villeneuve, who sits down with defensive lineman Josiah Silver to discuss NIL opportunities in FCS football.
Luca Villeneuve caught up with JoJo, defensive lineman for the Wildcats, with an impressive 21 career sacks. Will this lead to name, image, and likeness opportunities for the standout senior?
Senior defensive lineman Josiah Silver, aka JoJo, has 11 solo tackles on the season, 2 quarterback hurries, and is anchoring the UNH defensive line this season. As with most student athletes, JoJo entered into the world of NIL. That's name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique way for college athletes to finally be awarded for their popularity and talent on and off the field.
I think NIL is a great opportunity for players like me to make money off their name.
NIL deals seem to be growing by the day. We are seeing some star athletes like Livy Dunn with Viore, the Cavender twins with Dr. Pepper, and Joe Milton with McDonald's. These athletes rule social media with a following count between 100,000 and 4 million followers.
The more followers you have, the bigger your brand will be.
JoJo has a strong following on Instagram that he developed on his own.
So how I came up with JoJo Reckless, in the beginning, my Instagram name was Sire.theGoat. I felt like that was just a little too, couldn't be calling myself a goat as an 8th grader. So me and my boy one day were just sitting around talking, and I made a comment about something, and he was like, "JoJo, you're so reckless." And then so I was like, "Say that one more time." And then my new Instagram handle that day became JoJo.reckless.
Aside from JoJo's social media presence, the senior standout has made a deal with FanArch, a company that works with athletes and influencers to assist in the process of creating a brand for themselves.
This is one of the NIL deals I have. I have my own shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and I have 3 different designs. This is one of them. I have 2 more. Hey, I should go shop.
And for Wildcat Walkthrough, I'm Luca Villeneuve.
We're now 2 years into the implementation of the NIL deals in college sport. In year 1, $917 million was spent, as year 2 is expected to cross the $1 billion mark. According to NILDealsNow.com, over half of these funds are going to Power 5 football programs.
The track has been completely finished, sporting the iconic Wildcat blue with accents of gray. The Wildcats are excited to host future track and field events at the complex this upcoming academic year.
That'll do it for us at Wildcat Walkthrough. I'm the one and only Smiley Deshaies.
And I'm Summer Simpkins. Thanks for joining us, and as always, it's a great day to be a Wildcat.